one of the questions that I also received sent in was a question about a woman who had breasts of two different sizes, and she wanted to know if I could make the breast the same size. Now, basically, that can be done. Usually, when breasts are of different sizes, then we also have a circumstance in which the nipple areolar complexes are at different levels, and so that would, if you really wanted to bring about a nice correction or a nice improvement, then you have to not only try to get volumes and shapes that are the same, but of course you want to have symmetry in terms of nipple position and that sort of thing. So most of the time in a situation like that, I find myself doing a like a lift or a slight reduction on one side, and then if they want to have an augmentation of both breasts, then we would do that. So that's another question that we.
Would you put in two different size implants, or would you stick with the same size for both breasts? That's another question I
That's
have.
the question that we do see a lot and hear a lot, don't we? But
Yes.
yeah, basically, I generally try not to put in two different size implants, although I'm beginning to have some other thoughts about the possibilities in that regard. I usually try to create two breasts that are of the same size, and then if we're going to be doing an augmentation, augment them both with the same size implant. I think it gets to be tricky and very challenging when you're trying to juggle two different size implants, because what happens is that you end up putting the larger implant in the smaller breast
Right.
and the smaller implant in the larger breast, and then what happens is that you might have volumes that are the same, but you'll have a terrific distortion of shape. And so the small breast is struggling to contain the big implant, and they look overstuffed a lot of times. And the larger breast with the smaller implant, it doesn't really have much of a change in its overall shape. It's bigger, but it doesn't. It's not nearly as sensitive to distortion as the smaller breast with the larger implant. So, if possible, I do, and that may be more theoretical than real. It might be, but I think that it in general that has been a good principle for me to stick by anyway.
Right.
So
Been listening to Plastic Surgery with Dr. Gordon.